Me home to the banks of the River Tyne. Take me home to the place that I call mine. It's a place I love best, 'cause it's better than the rest. Take me home to the banks of the River Tyne. There's lights that burn so brightly, in the northeast sky they shine. From a place that Geordies worship, where legends wear number 9. You can travel right round the world, even meet the Pope in Rome. But nothing beats the feeling of when you come back here to home. No matter how life changes, we'll never be far apart. The northeast always home, and it's always in your heart. Take me home to the banks of the River Tyne. Take me home to the place that I call mine.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to It's All Black and White TV, Instant Reaction Live. Newcastle United 4, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. What a night it's been for football. Sheffield Wednesday 4-0 up on Peterborough, 4-4 on aggregate, gone into extra time. West Ham, 94th minute goal against AZ Alkmaar. They're through at the conference final, so well done to West Ham. That's 2 English teams and 2 European finals. After Man City's 4-0 drubbing of Real Madrid last night, and we do see it's a drubbing because Madrid to lose by that is absolutely fantastic. I'm joined by Billy and also by Rolly. How are you guys? All right?
Buzzing.
Rolly's buzzing. I'm
What's
great.
that smell? What's that smell? Oh, it's Champions League.
Yes, that is certainly getting closer now. 1 win away from that, or potentially 1 point, depending on what Villa do. If Villa get a draw at Liverpool, it's 1 point needed. If Villa beat Liverpool, then it's definitely ours. So we'll all be Villa fans on Saturday, I think, just to see how Villa do against Liverpool. So it leaves me one thing to do. Thank you guys tonight.
If Bournemouth beat Man United as well, I mean, they've got 1 game left and the goal difference is that vast. I think that settles it as well.
Yeah, it's massive, isn't it, the goal difference?
We're going to settle it Monday anyway, because we're going to murder Leicester if we play like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's grab into some comments here. And before I go to the comments, I just want to say, I don't know if he's in the chat yet, but Bia Vaken, can I just say thank you very much indeed for your £25 donation. Much appreciated. Thank you very much indeed, my friend.
Yeah,
thank
you.
On that note, guys, if you do like what you see, then please smash the like. It does help the channel up the search results, so smash those likes. I've got 21 watching at the moment. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, then please smash the subscribe. Free to do so. Come and join this community. And also, bell notification will tell you when I'm live, have a pre-record or any upcoming shows. Right, okay, let's get into these comments because they're flying in now. And I suppose it's going to be a very happy chat tonight. Jake says, absolutely incredible. Absolutely, mate. And he says, nice to see you on the Toon review. Yeah, that was all thanks to Billy. I just couldn't get on it full time. Sorry, I was in the middle of trying to sort out my show. So, but thanks to Billy for asking me to come on. Absolutely fantastic, Billy. Jan says, happy days are here again. See, everybody was worrying, about Brighton tonight. Who wasn't worried? Me. Who was children relaxed? Me. And exactly that. Exactly why I was chilled and relaxed. Everybody else is nervous. And I said on my show, just chill and relax, and the win will come. And what happened? We've won the game. See?
It's a tough game.
Take notice of me, guys. Coming from me. Take notice of me. When I say chill and relax, I mean chill and relax.
In spite of the scoreline and the dominance we had in the first half, it was a tough game. Brighton are a good side. When they brought it back to 2-1, they sort of came onto us a bit. And I think the most surprising part of that game, I think everyone was actually shocked when it happened. Miggy got angry. The guy who's a permanent grin on his face looked like he wanted to kill the guy.
And
compatriot,
he did. Harry Austin, good evening to you. He says, Dong Sheffield Wednesday has come up the way back to tie with Peterborough 4-4. Yeah, absolutely. BF Aiken, he says, get in, great night, love it. Absolutely, BF. Julie J, what a game. Absolutely. Pete Brown, look, we're almost there. How are we, the lads? Well, Pete, you watched that in the bar in Manchester. How's the feeling in Manchester? I bet they're down in the dumps. I bet they ain't happy, are they? BS says, that's one for all the faces of Miggy haters. I thought you had a great game.
Outstanding. Yeah, he was outstanding tonight. Back to his old best.
Yeah, everyone was great today.
Mm.
Shaw's switched off for a moment, which let them in for their goal. But apart from that, I thought Byrne took his goal really well. Thought Wilson was outstanding.
Yeah.
Isak was. I mean, it's just because Isak did his job and looked dangerous as well. So they can play together.
Absolutely.
I think it's more of having the time playing together to actually get used to the system.
Absolutely.
Because I think we have not had much choice with the injuries we've had in midfield. So we couldn't play J7 wide left. You had to play him in midfield. So Cypher play ASM is probably not quite up to speed yet, or Isak, and probably best to have your most dangerous strikers on the field.
I mean, Joe Willock worked well on that right-hand side, didn't he? Until he got into the season. But
that's the season done. That's the season done.
That is. Facebook user says, good evening, Tony. Just 3 more points. I don't know who you are, Facebook user. If you click on the settings, it will let you reveal your name. But whoever you are, absolutely, I totally agree.
Unless your name's Facebook user, of course.
Unless your name is Facebook user, absolutely, Billy. Northeast says, come on, Champions League win against Leicester, make it definite. Do you know what it is? I can't see we're going to beat off Leicester, in all honesty. Julie J says, hi, Tony. Hi, Rory. Hi again, Billy. Hi, Julie J. Hope you're well. Mag Debate says, Klopp's got toothache. He must have more than toothache. You'll have a headache. That's how you do it, says Julie. Yep, I love the fact you've got JT as your picture as well. Good old Jason there. Oliver B, we are united, says, FFS, we are on it. Absolutely, Oliver. He says, Champions League. Exactly, mate. Exactly. He says, come on, Villa. Rip Liverpool a new one. Absolutely, definitely. Let's hope so. Lee says, get in there, Tony, Billy, Rory. Fantastic result. Champions League is calling us, Newcastle United. Yeah, definitely is. Andrew says, I feel loads better after that lull. Not usually nervous, but was today. I'm in awe of our team. A very good performance, wasn't it just? Oliver says, Miggy on fire tonight. Yes, he was, definitely. Sefton says, how are you, the lads? Julie says, West Ham in the Conference League final. Well done to the hamsters. Absolutely.
Brilliant.
Chris Pratt, Champions League, here we come now. Absolutely, Chris. Definitely, mate. Definitely. Sefton Mag says his wife's not very happy because she's a Liverpool fan. Well, you've got the bragging rights now, Sefton. You've got the bragging rights, mate. So, you know, you'll have to tell us you'll have to settle for Europa League unless Man United decide to F it up in the next few games, and then that's it. Because potentially they could get beat off Bournemouth on Saturday, and then they could lose to Chelsea, and then they will be looking over the shoulder. Andrew says, speedy recovery to Willock. Hammy didn't look good. I think that's his season done.
I think his season done.
Paul says, Champions League, here we come, lads. Get up. Absolutely. Oliver says, Brighton messed up by making 4 changes. He done this the last time, didn't he? And he ended up with a bloody nose. Sefton says, need to update my passport. How are you, the lads? Absolutely. Paul says, nah, mate, with all the chances we didn't take, there was a lot in my head with my mouth in the last 20 minutes with how Brighton were coming at us. Dan Burn was immense.
We did defend.
Absolutely.
We did scoring apart from the goal. It was a bit squeaky arse time, but really, in reality, they never looked like scoring after that, didn't they, after the goal?
No. And then old Callum put our nerves to rest with that the third goal. And then his pass to Bruno, I thought it was really good. The fact that he saw Bruno rather than went for it himself. So it's an easy finish for Bruno. That's game over, and it was so quick after the third goal.
Yeah, it was. Didn't even get a
Yeah.
chance to change it on the banner.
Yeah.
I was waiting for a VAR check,
Yeah.
even though the linesman waved him on. I thought they were going to check it.
Yeah.
They didn't, did they?
No, they
checked it.
didn't. No, I was surprised. And I was quite surprised by that, but he was definitely on just. Jan says, Dominic Szoboszlai and Madison would be nice for midfield. Yes, it would be, wouldn't it? I really rate that Dominic Szoboszlai. I think he's one hell of a player. Lee says, brilliant job by Eddie. Andy says, I rate it PD Proudlock. Roll PN. I don't know what you mean by that, Pete, but you'll tell us, no worry.
Hold on, I guess.
Sefton said, well done on your commentary, Billy.
Thanks, Efton. It's easy when it's like that.
Harry says, Billy's everywhere. Love the collaboration between the two shows.
Shit. Everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the best of buddies, us lot. Us and Toon Review. Craig says, if Liverpool draw against Villa, it means Liverpool would have to beat Southampton by 5. Yeah, but then let's see, we're not going to beat Leicester. I can't see that happening.
I mean, the thing that I didn't expect tonight was that we got the goal difference advantage back that we lost when Liverpool beat who was it? They beat Leicester. Yeah. So they got 3 goals back, and I didn't expect us to get it back against Brighton. So it's basically situation normal.
Julie says, I saw McAllister looking at the crowd. He would be a welcome addition to our squad. Yeah, he's a quality player.
Yeah, I think Brighton will probably want too much for him.
Pete says tomorrow's show will be a blast as well. Absolutely, Pete. Gary says, do we get to see the Dan Burn dance, lads? Well, I don't know. Let's hope. Wayne says, hello, lads. What a result. Miggy, my best player, class man. Jack, Toon TV. Good evening, Jack. He says, evening, Tony. What a win. I've calmed down now. You've calmed down, Jack, have you? We're still high, mate. We're still high. Paul says, Liverpool will get help from VAR against Villa. Seems to be a common trend towards the end of the season. Well, yeah.
It's not going to do them any good. They're not going to catch us. We'll have this
I do feel for Villa. I do feel for Villa and Brighton with the time of this Tony ban just before they play Spurs. Doesn't seem right to me that.
Yeah.
You know, Tony's played all his games against all other people around clubs around the area in the table, going for Europa League, and then they've banned him just before the Spurs game. It isn't fair in the slightest. They could have just held it back for 2 games and had a fair go at everyone, but it stinks a bit that to me. It
is. I think it's stupid, Billy. Really, it's just it's like they're doing it deliberate. But I just hope Brentford have definitely got players who could probably come in and do the job. But obviously they're going to miss his quality. But that Shorter looks some player. Mind, he's quick, isn't he? But, he's got a score as well, I suppose. Hanging with my Normie says, I'm going to get my passport out now. Yeah, you get ready, mate. Jan says, McAllister, yes. Dominic Szoboszlai and Madison will be nice in midfield. There you go. Ian says, evening, Tony, Rowley and Billy. Great result. Champions League, here we come. We definitely are. I mean, look, Billy, I came on at half time and we were 2-0 up at half time. I mean, obviously, the first goal was an own goal by Dennis Undav, but it was a great ball from Trippier from the corner. You know, if you put your head on that and how he got the head on it, it was going to go into the back of the net anyway. But Dan Burn, I mean, he was left free at the back and he got round, and what a lovely header to make it 2-0. Half time, we thought we were cruising, didn't we, Billy?
Well, in actual fact, we weren't. 2-0 flat Brighton, I thought we could have scored 2 or 3 more that first half. The press was immediate. We started off like a house on fire. We missed a couple of chances. We should have scored 2 or 3 more. Brighton didn't get a look in first half. I think Matone had 6 touches in the first half. You know, they're the most dangerous player. We were in total control. We couldn't see Brighton get back in the game, could we?
I mean, there's one point in the first half where Steele, the goalkeeper, had the most touches of any of the Brighton players.
He was their best player, Rolly, wasn't he? Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, he made some good saves. I mean, there's at one point where it looked like their goal was leading a charmed life.
Yeah, absolutely, Rolly. And but yeah, I mean,
I mean, that's despite Lewis Dunk had a great game. He's a hell of a player, Lewis Dunk. He's such a good footballer.
He is.
He had a good game tonight. He only made one mistake. That was the Wilson held him off the Bruno goal. But apart from that, I thought he was outstanding. But despite all that, we dominated him.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not been. I'm not surprised the bigger club hasn't snapped him up by now. I know he's 31 now, and I think you probably see his days out of Brighton now. In all honesty, but he did look a class act, and I mean, England keep playing Maguire, and you look at Dunk. He's better than what Maguire is.
Yeah.
Cody, Dyer, Tarkowski, they've all had caps ahead of Dunk, haven't they? It's wrong.
I mean, diabolical.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't understand how Dyer gets anywhere near that England squad.
He's awful, isn't he?
You shouldn't get near the Scotland squad.
Well, apparently Daniel Levy's made it awkward for a new manager coming in because he's just given Eric Dyer a new 3-year contract. Yeah. So
why do owners do that? They haven't got a manager and they're additional that contract. The new manager come in and think, well, could see him for what he is and not want him. It doesn't make any sense, is it?
No, and then you got a 3-year deal on him, and you can't get rid of him that easily. So yeah,
and it'd probably be on crazy. More money as well.
Of course, it will. Yeah.
Craig says, "Remember, we are Newcastle. Nothing comes easy." Absolutely, Craig. Absolutely. But I mean, second half came.
Peterborough has scored.
Have they? Oh,
yeah.
God. Oh. But I mean, second half came and I mean, Rowley, Undav got a goal. Defence fell asleep, I think, there for that goal. Got through far too easily to score. They did have an offside check for it, but he was onside. It made for a nervous 20-odd minutes, didn't it, Rowley?
Yeah. I mean, it started to lose a rag a bit. I mean, they were... Some of the challenges were quite naughty. It was... I thought we sort of handled it quite well. Obviously, the press slowed down, but obviously we got that chance and Wilson buried it, and that relieved all the pressure. Because we knew they're not going to get back in it. Excuse me. Yeah, but I thought the biggest disappointment was Willett going off injured. That's such a shame because he was playing well. Obviously, Anderson came on, didn't do a lot, but there again, we were defending mainly, and he was doing his job in the press. So, but I thought defensively we solidified again. I mean, there's so many good performances all across the pitch. The result was the most important thing. And it's just good of them to let us breathe easy for the last few minutes by getting those 2 quick goals.
Yeah, absolutely. Foxy's in the chat. He says, Miggy's a headless chicken, they said. Can't stop Miggy, they said. Sell him. Now they're saying nothing. Love it. Well, do you know what it is? I never said sell Miggy, but I'll tell you what. A certain Mr. Sinclair said a couple of weeks ago, after the home game, that we should sell Miggy after the Arsenal game.
No,
well, I'm sorry.
There's a few on our channel.
I'm sorry, Mr. Sinclair. If after tonight's performance you can't sell him, and I did pull him up on that on his show, and I did say to him, look, on his chat, I said, look, can't sell Miggy, even keep him as an impact sub, he'd be great for that. And he did retract, and he said, oh well, maybe I was being a bit harsh, and I was like, yeah, you're backtracking now, mate. But no, definitely can't sell Miggy, that's for sure. I thought he was absolutely tremendous tonight.
Yeah, it's just got a new contract as well, so I don't think they've got plans to use it. I mean, there's one thing I'd like to say for all those doubters who are saying in the middle of the season, "Oh, we won't make Champions League with Longstaff and Murphy in the play." I hope you're eating big helpings of humble pie, because we're going to make Champions League after playing Murphy and Sean Longstaff for long periods of the season.
Well,
Definitely.
I mean, we didn't think. I mean, in all honesty, I didn't. I said 2-1 is my prediction. I didn't think that we would have gone on to win this game quite comfortable at 4-1. You know, I mean, we all looked at it as a tough game. Brighton provided a test in that second half. But then, Callum Wilson, I mean, he took the goal well. He still had to put it in the back of the net, even though he had all that room. And then he was unselfish as well for the fourth goal because, he could have probably had a shot, but he decided just to roll the ball along, and there was Bruno to smash it into the back of the net, and make it 4-1. If you go back to the first half, when Isak tried to cross that ball in, maybe if Isak looked up, he might have saw that huge gap at the near post, and he could have possibly slotted that in past Jason Steele to make it 1-0 at the time. But that didn't come to fruition. But I mean, Billy, the Wilson goal, I mean, what a great goal from Wilson, wasn't it?
Well, just never any doubt, was it? He was calm, cool, collected, knew exactly what he was going to do, had a look around him, knew exactly what was around him, and just slotted it to the right of the keeper. The keeper expected him to go to the other side. He didn't. He slipped at his near post, and fantastic finish. Even then, he got a foot to it, didn't he? A slight foot to it still, but too much on it to get for him to stop it. It was a great finish, and I was kind of wondering if they were going to take Wilson off, but he did the full match tonight. It's not often you see that. So obviously confident in Callum's fitness now, and he's rewarding us with goals after goals after goals, haven't he? And he's going to end up with 20, hopefully 20 league goals this season, which will be an amazing
just needs
someone that's played half a season. Yeah, he's someone that's missed so much of the season through illness and injury. It's a fantastic achievement for him. And yeah, the lad's he's a fox in the box now rather than a all-action player, but he's adapted his game somewhat, and it's great to see. We've got value for money from him without any shadow of a doubt.
I think he's got ice in his veins, the way he took that goal and the penalties that Leeds. Yeah,
he's clinical, isn't
he? Everyone was crying, "Oh, we should have beaten Leeds," or there's all doom and gloom in the Leeds game. So what we had 3 games to get 6 points. Now we've got 2 games to get 3 points. We're at home to Leicester in the night, so that's now 10 wins out of 12 at home and 2 draws in the nighttime kickoffs.
Yeah, I was on about the team pick. Well, there it is, guys. There's the team pick. And yes, Jason Tyndall's right at the front of that team pick.
Oh, yeah.
And that was probably deliberate from Eddie Howe. But look at that. Jason Tyndall right at the front there. And again, this is what we love to see. We love to see these team picks. Absolutely fantastic, aren't they? Foxy does say, congrats to West Ham and Horsey as well, taking Roma to Europe, the Europa final. Legend. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. Hanging with my Nomi says, I'm waiting for Turkey Teeth Klopp to blame our wealth again for getting top 4. Do you know what it is? It just gets old and boring now. These people keep coming out and talking about our wealth. And at the end of the day, yes, we have got money to spend. But as Chris Hughton said tonight on Sky, yeah, they had money there. He says they've got money to spend. They can't flex their muscles too much because of the FFP. But he says they've spent very well in Newcastle. But, Houghton's always going to be held in high regard at Newcastle for what he did for us under extreme circumstances. And the way he was sacked was absolutely disgraceful from our club at the time.
Yeah,
I was livid over that.
Do you know what? I learned he was getting sacked the night we beat Sunderland 5-1.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well.
And I knew Pardew was coming in to replace him as well. It was disgraceful the way they treated him.
Yeah. I mean, they left it a week because we'd absolutely hammered Sunderland.
But it was typical of Ashley, wasn't it? Anyone that we liked, got rid of.
Yeah.
Made it impossible for him to work under circumstances. So the likes of Rafa Keegan, Chris Hughton, never had a chance really because they were too popular.
Yeah. Nell says, Jason Tyndall's a legend, can do what he wants. Absolutely. Be quiet, Matt Rushton. Yeah, absolutely. Matt Rushton is an idiot. I did put a video out about him for what he said. Evening, everyone. Yeah. Mason says, evening, everyone. Fucking yes, man. Exactly, Mason. Absolutely, mate. I bet you enjoyed that match. Craig says, I can't believe this is still half of Bruce's team.
Yeah, it is this way.
Yeah, but it just shows you a decent manager can get a great tune out of them. That's the thing, you know. Neil says he showed Arsenal how to beat Brighton. Yeah, Arsenal probably watched that match. I think the problem with Arsenal though on Sunday, Billy, was if you watch Arsenal, they just looked like as if they were beat. They lost the title, so they just couldn't care, could they?
No, and there's a pattern with this Brighton team too. When they get themselves up and physically as well as mentally and do a result like they did at Arsenal, they're pretty susceptible to defeat next game. They did it with, Man United. They beat Man United in the league at home with a late goal. Then they got beat by Everton, and then same things happened again with Arsenal. So the bit of vulnerability with Brighton getting up for two games in short succession doesn't happen for them, does it?
Yeah, I mean, they've had it so. I mean, they've had to do it so often now because of their game backlog. Obviously, the FA Cup reign gave them extra games to play, but also they were due to play us when we were in the Carabao Cup final. So it's another game they had to slip in. They've still got 3 games left.
Yeah. I hope they make Europa League though, because they deserve it this season.
Yeah. I think they will. Andrew says, I'll be up till 3 a.m. now watching all these YouTube videos. Enjoy them, Andrew. Enjoy. Holly Beachell says, what a fantastic win for us today. What our team has accomplished is incredible. Do you know what, Holly? It's absolutely brilliant what our team's achieved. I mean, as I say, before a ball was kicked, I said we would finish 7th, win the Carabao Cup, get the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Okay, we got knocked out the 3rd round of the FA Cup. We got the final of the Carabao Cup. We didn't quite win it. And to finish 7th, I thought was successful. But this is massive. This is a massive achievement by the team. And it just goes to show the hard work they're putting in. It's just the fitness of them players that can play that game right into injury time. And, we saw it against Everton. I knew the way Everton started against us, I thought they're not going to last the whole game, but we will. They're like Duracell bunnies. They never stop. And that's the thing. We can go 98 minutes and still play that high intensity pressing game. And that's exactly what we did. We should have been Brighton by more than 4 in all honesty.
Bruno was back to his best against tonight, wasn't he? Until the last 5 minutes when he looked limpy and war wounded. But he was back to his best tonight. Defensively, I thought he put a massive shift in. And of course, he scored, and he was fantastic tonight, Bruno. Back to his real best. Yeah. There's one thing I want to say, though. I want to win both these games because there's one team we've never finished above in the Premier League in 30-odd years, and that's Man United. If we win both our games, we finish above them. That'd be a massive hump to get across. We've never done it. Let's do it this year, and let's do it forevermore.
Yeah, absolutely, Billy. Well said, mate. Julie says Villa could easily beat Liverpool.
Well, I don't know about easily, but they could beat them. But there's one guy I'd like to single out. Everyone's been moaning about him over recent weeks. It's Kieran Trippier. I thought his dead ball supply today was superb. It's almost like he's got his mojo back.
Yeah,
and every set piece he had was dangerous.
5-1. Sheffield Wednesday scored again.
Wow. 5-all. God.
This is unbelievable. Played well, who's been shaky of late. Sven Bottom was outstanding again tonight as well. That one tackle on Mateo
he was
absolutely world class.
Yeah. And as I say, Shah basically went to sleep for the ball, for through ball for their goal.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
but apart from that, I thought he was decent.
It was a great pass from Gilmour, mind.
Yeah, it was. But just this ball watching, just didn't see where was it Ivan was.
No, it was bad defending.
Yeah.
That's it was nearly 4:30 start for him in Australia.
Well, worth it though, Craig. Worth it, mate.
Absolutely worth getting out of bed for, isn't it, mate? Sefton says, don't forget to hit subscribe, chat. We are nearly Champions League. Chat, we are nearly Champions League. We're almost there, Sefton. We can feel it. I've got 44 watching, so please smash those likes as well. It really does help the channel. So, Bia says, Brighton brought on 3 of their biggest stars and they were anonymous. That's how good we are. They did the same against Everton. They were 3-0 down at half time and they came back and they brought these players on and they didn't change the game, did they really? And then Solly March ended up going off and ending his season with a hamstring injury. So, Gordon says, is Willock okay? I think he's out for the season, hamstring by the looks of it.
It looked bad because he pulled up and started waving to come off straight away.
The one thing with Willock is he's done that before, though, and been back, although it's only 4 days for next one, but don't be surprised if he's back for the Chelsea game because he's got, 10 days till then. Don't be surprised because he's done it before, hasn't he? Did it at Bournemouth, didn't he? It was back 10 days later.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
I would err on the side of course. I don't think he'll play.
That didn't look as bad as this one.
No, it didn't.
No. Foxy says, he has a very Spurs story. They assigned Brian Gill for a fortune from Sevilla, given Sevilla Lamela, then end up loaning Gill back to Sevilla. Gill then assists for Lamela, who scored, and they are on their way to winning the Europa final. That's typical Spurs and Daniel Levy all over, Foxy. Absolutely.
It's hilarious, isn't it?
Pablo, good evening, Pablo. He says, I can smell that Champions League football. Rolly Pierce. I was Facebook user, Tony. Oh, yeah. Okay, mate. No worries. Champions League for us now, says Holly. It's getting very, very close, yeah. Hanging with me, normies. The Scousers are quiet tonight. Wait till they play in the FSG again and get another plane to fly over Anfield.
Well, they always play them, and you'd have thought that they hadn't spent any money on players. It's, we've not spent any money. Well, we spent best part of 100 billion on Nunes. But our net spent. You can't argue with them.
Ian says there was bother at the West Ham game from the home fans, Alkmaar. Yeah, the Dutch, they are just really weird. I mean, Andy Carroll was in Holland as well with the West Ham fans tonight as well. So, Foxy says, flawless commentary from Billy again today. I don't need to say it, really. Always elite levels. Well done.
Cheers, Foxy. Thanks, mate.
Michael says, Champions League, baby, and UFC for life. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Wayne says, when we make Champions League, watch the players we will attract. DRB, I hope. Yeah, I still want DRB in the club. It's going to be a busy summer, that's for sure. And it's going to be an exciting summer. How are the FA going to stop us now, says Craig. Well, that's the thing. I mean, Billy, I'm going to ask you some. I mean, this is going off the game tonight, but obviously we heard earlier on tonight that Jurgen Klopp is getting a big fine and a 2-match ban. But the FA have said he's got a 1-game ban against Villa and the other one suspended. Now, I think the FA are being toothless here because I think they're frightened of Klopp. Why didn't they just ban him for the 2 games for the last 2 games of the season? Or are they really that toothless?
It's a strange word to use in comparison to Klopp, isn't it? Toothless, Christ.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I agree with you totally.
Mr.
I mean,
Tusk.
It's not the first time he's done it, let's be honest. He's done it 3 or 4 times this season alone.
Yeah.
So when will he finally get a punishment worth the crime he's committed? I'd have thought he'd have had 2-3 more games banned before now, and this one should have been a 6 or 7 match ban, in my opinion.
Yeah, it should have been. I mean, you see, Marco Silva got a big ban for that, going in that far technical area, and he had to serve his whole ban. So what's the difference for Jurgen Klopp getting his 2-match ban and serving the 2 games? It's just pathetic.
They checked VAR and decided it wasn't as bad.
They check the club badge, that's what they check. Julie says, I did say sell Miggy end of next season, but now I say the season after that. He did indeed, Gary. Paul says, still think we'll beat Leicester and Chelsea and finish 3rd. Yeah, I think we will.
Big possibility of it, man. This big possibility of it.
One of the things I'm just so pleased for the lads is that we'll get to celebrate qualifying for the Champions League at home in the last home game of the season. That's the way you want it.
Marco T says
it's going to mean so much more with Champions League secured.
Yeah. He says Ashard been playing with an injury because he's been woeful. Trips had a go at him a few times. He had that bang in the face, didn't he? But I thought Cher was all right tonight.
Yeah.
The goal apart, yeah.
Apart from the goal, yeah.
It wouldn't be Fabian Schär
Says,
a big knock in the game.
Yeah.
True.
Septon says, I'm not thinking about Chelsea, but Leicester is our next tick in the box. It's our last home game of the season, celebrating. Yeah, that could be the night we actually get Champions League football, and I think we'll beat Leicester. I mean, Billy, Leicester are awful. If they turn up like they did against Liverpool, we'll steamroller them, won't we?
Yeah.
We should do it, but it's their last chance to learn. They'll be fighting for everything they've got. We are weak in midfield without Willock being there. I don't think it's going to be plain sailing by any stretch of the imagination, but the quality we've got up front will destroy their defence, because if they're poor, one thing is defending. Wild Feces and Johnny Evans and all them dossers at the back. Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't see us coming away from that without a 2 or 3 goal win. To be fair,
yeah, especially if we score early, they'll just fall apart. Because
they did that Monday, didn't they? They kind of played for 10 minutes, then they just disappeared, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, we've done it in previous relegation seasons where we start brightly, and the moment you go one down, everything falls apart and you get whipped.
Yeah, I mean, Kong says, great job on the match watch along, Billy. What a result. Gutted to lose Willock, though. And then he says, okay, would you have preferred to have won the cup than finish in the top 4 and above Man U? Billy, I'll come to you on that one first.
I'd have took the cup first, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
I've seen us finish in top 4 a few times. I've never seen us win a cup, which is it's the golden kind of oasis, isn't it? That's what we want.
Yeah.
It is.
It's
the
what
cup. About you, Rolly?
Cup every time, but I'd have liked to have won the cup and finished above Man U and challenge for the Champions League.
Yeah.
Or for the Champions League. Maybe next season.
Yeah. Marco says Trips had his best game since Man City at St James's.
He did.
Well, I think he's had a few good games since then. Because Man City
that was probably his best tonight.
That's probably his best game tonight. His delivery was just on point. It was great.
I mean, defensively, he was outstanding as well, wasn't he? I mean, calm headers back to the keeper. He had Matoma in his pocket. Just got us going at every opportunity. That right hand side for us was really, really profitable tonight. Him and Miguel Almiron were superb, both of them.
I mean, I don't know what the Brighton players are doing, but they're pissed off a lot of our players. I mean, from the set pieces, we had Joe Linton looking like he wanted to fight the world. They even got Mickey angry. I had to be pulled away.
Yeah.
Fabian Schär and there must have been. I mean, they're sticking the boot in a bit as well. So it's
and play acting. The Billy Gilmore one was pathetic, wasn't it?
Oh God, yeah, wasn't it just?
And I tell you what else was unfair. He booked Bruno for his first foul tonight. Some of the tackles that went unpunished after that was ridiculous, really. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Merseyside referee, though, wasn't it?
Oh, it couldn't stop us.
No, it couldn't.
LA Coffee says, hi, Tony, Billy, Rolly and all. Good evening, Coffee. Hope you're well. Ian says, Luke Edwards and Rob Green have said Pep will get manager of the season. Typical. Not necessarily.
I mean, it'd be hard to not give it him if they get the treble, to be fair.
Yeah. Trippier admitted after the match his set players have been bad the last few weeks, says Paul. Yeah. Coffee says Billy was awesome for the watch along.
Thanks, Coffee. The penalties in the Sheffield Wednesday game.
It's gone to penalties, has it?
Mm.
Oh. Wayne says Rolly because Trippier knows how to win his class.
Yep, he is.
And Ian Toon Trader says, Harry, Tony, I'm your old mucker Billy. What an atmosphere that was. Wasn't it just Ian? And, yes, I know Brighton made it tough for us when they pulled the goal back and, 2-1. But we ran out eventual winners and well-deserved as well. And that was a huge game for us tonight. We had to win that game. You know, the pressure was on us really in a way. So, and the media were waiting for it to happen, that, you know, that it would end up as a draw or we would lose that game. And then they would say, oh yeah, we've bottled the Champions League. Well, no, we are not going to be on any packet of any jammy dodgers just because Arsenal are title dodgers and Sunderland are Premier League dodgers. We're not Champions League dodgers.
And then
So the media won't like that.
The first question they asked Eddie on Sky was, after taking 1 point in the last 2 games, are you worried? I'm thinking, what about, was it 4 games before that where we took 12 points? That's so negative.
They forget those results, don't they? They're just all they're trying to do is pile the pressure on. They don't want us in it, let's be honest.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
They want Liverpool, Man United, Man City, Arsenal. They'd love that. That's the ideal. And it's mad, really, because Sky haven't got European Champions League football on their bloody channel.
No. 98 Gaming says, if Villa win, does that guarantee us Champions League without needing to win again? Yes, it does, because Liverpool would only have 1 game left and they could only get 3 points, which would take them to 68. So, yeah, we would do, but I can't see us not winning again, to be honest, Con, because we should beat Leicester on Monday. Dean Smith's a poor manager. I think that was a wrong appointment for Leicester, in all honesty. Yeah. I think, you know, as much as we hate to say this, if Everton beat Wolves on Saturday and we beat Leicester Monday, Leicester are down. Simple as.
The Dean Smith appointment plus John Terry. I mean, that Wout Feety says, if John Terry's getting to my wife, he'll have to get past me first. Well, every fucker's got past him this season, so there's no change with
that. And Ian says, hi, Rolly, I missed you off. Sorry, mate.
It's okay, Team Trader.
Sefton says, it's brilliant. Billy showing his support for this channel. Respect. Thank you very much, Sefton. Marco says, smug Mark Goldbridge said Man U and Liverpool for the Champions League that day. I would love it if Man U missed out. I would as well. I would be absolutely laughing my head off if they did.
Oh, but the only problem is,
stand that knacker.
The only problem is it would mean that Liverpool have qualified, and I don't want them to qualify either.
I know, shit in it.
I'm not sure who I hate worse.
No, man. I think I hate Man United.
Yeah. I think my hates go Man United. Sorry, Sunderland, Man United. Then it's a toss-up between Liverpool and Everton.
Yeah.
Well, Sky put the predictor up, and Liverpool are only 24% now guaranteed of getting in the Champions League. We're 94%.
Yeah.
Knight says, could be a prove a blessing. Anderson will now start, and I think he could benefit from a full match. To be honest with you, when Anderson come on, and I don't like to slay people, I didn't think he'd done anything. There was nothing I saw from Anderson that he really done in that game.
But the thing about
very quiet.
Yeah, but that was the way the game was, because they were passing the ball around at the back, and we weren't pressing that much. So he just did his work, shadowing the player he needed to press. It's the unseen work. He never really got on the ball, which wasn't really his fault. And then there's one shot that Bruno had. He was teeing up, and Bruno took it off him.
He was, yeah.
Coffee says, I was anxious for this game, but Billy was 1 minute ahead of me and helped ease my nerves after every goal.
I'm glad I could be some help.
Lee says, Billy's commentary was spot on, and great to see you on there as well, Tony. Thank you very much, Lee. I mean, in terms of man of the match night, you could pick a handful of players. You could pick a lot of players out there for man of the match. But I think my standout performer tonight was Kieran Trippier. I thought he was absolutely outstanding, not only for his set plays, but I mean, you know, when he pinged that ball over from defence to attack. I think it was Isak who got it. I thought he played absolutely brilliant tonight. Trippier led by example, and rightly so, went off to a stand ovation, and we were that comfortable. We were able to bring Target and Mankio on, you know, to give them a cameo. I mean, Billy, who's your man of the match tonight? I mean, there's so many of them. You could have said Miggy as well, but
you could say Miggy. Yeah, you could say Bruno. You could say Botman, Byrne. They're all fantastic. I'll probably say Almiron because he's been under a bit of pressure and he ain't been the same player. as he was before Christmas the past few weeks. Tonight he was probably better than what he was before Christmas, so I'd probably give it Miggy.
He was relentless, but I was going with Trips. I thought his set pieces were impeccable. I mean, it led to 2 of the goals. His positioning, his tackling, his defensive play, his distribution was just on point.
Yeah. Kong says, can we also mention the ref, as we all thought there would be some dodgy stuff going on, and I think he did well tonight for once.
It wasn't too.
I think he missed a fair few tackles though, but
Yeah,
I think the Bruno one was poor. And Andy Hinchcliffe, who is an ex-Evertonian, an ex-skip rat, and he said, oh, why is Bruno shouting it's only one foul? It's got nothing to do with the first foul. At the end of the day, you've made a bad tackle, you get a yellow card, and I thought, that's not a bloody bad tackle. Honestly, that man's
I didn't think it was a yellow card.
No, it wasn't. Definitely not in my eyes.
I thought Joe Linton did a couple before he got, I thought he did a couple worse than that and didn't get booked for.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah. And then he had that spat with Casino, didn't he, as well?
He did, yeah. I don't know why Baker stayed out right back. That was a ridiculous decision.
Yeah. Andrew says, the FA are toothless because Klopp has all the teeth.
He hasn't got them all, Andrew. He hasn't got them all.
No.
There you go.
Well, how it's Jurgen?
It's Jurgen.
He ain't got them all.
Coffee says, I came across a Liverpool fan who thought Wilson was our first sign after the takeover and I had to correct them.
Not the brightest buttons in the box, to be fair to him.
Yeah. I mean, come on, we're saying Wilson under Mike Ashley, for God's sake. Jem. Hi, Jem. Hope you're well. She says, what a match that was. Left the ground after the 4th went in.
Good for you.
Oh, you didn't stay right to the end.
Okay.
Got out. But well done. Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant, wasn't it, Jem? Absolutely fantastic. I know Billy Klopp's a Warus, says Wayne. Next season, therefore we need the ref sorted out, says Lee. They need to do something with the referees because it's not great, is it? Knight says, how does Arteta not get banned for not being in his technical area when he's on the pitch most games? Yeah. It's to do with the club badge.
Without a doubt.
Sefton says, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, please, chat. It helps this channel a lot. Thank you very much indeed, Sefton. Yeah, we've got 56 watching, so do smash those likes. Mark will say, is excited after watching the Toon win, and I'm watching Sheffield and Peterborough to carry on the excitement. What a game. How's that going, Billy? Is it?
It's 3-2 on penalties. Peterborough have missed one, but Sheffield Wednesday scored all their 3, so it's 3-2 to Sheffield Wednesday.
Peterborough hit the cross. Peterborough got missed was hit the crossbar.
Mason says, De Zerbi's been praising us, saying we deserve Champions League. I think he's a good man. I like him as a manager, to be fair.
Yeah, he's done a terrific job at Brighton. He seems quite a humble guy as well when he's interviewed. So, yeah.
Yeah. Bia says, Billy's proud tonight, but Billy's proud that Trippier had Japanese guy in his pocket.
Yeah, I made a bit of a faux pas the night when Matone was clean through against Man United and missed. And I called him a twat with a Japanese word in front of it. I said, out loud without thinking. And I was accused of all sorts.
Lee says, Leicester plays a script before they fall to pieces. Yeah. Craig says, Mike Dean coming out of retirement to referee a game against Leicester, I've just heard. Well, the referee for the game against Leicester on Monday is the one who's actually contributing Sean Longstaff's injury, and that's Andre Mariner. He's the referee on Monday night.
He's from Birmingham, far from Leicester. That's fucking shocking.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's going to get some stick off the Newcastle fans, I reckon, on Monday because it's his fault Sean Longstaff's out, because when Longstaff was down in that box, he made him get up and walk and run about, and then he went down again and he made him get up, so it's Andre Mariner's fault. Kyle says, I may be a little drunk, but we did it. We bloody did it. Miggy man the match for me. Love you all. We did it. Exactly, Kyle.
Kyle sounds happy.
Well done. Yeah, he went to the pub to watch it. Coffee was wondering why we didn't bring any subs on, and then we eventually did. But I'm glad he stuck with Wilson. Yeah, definitely.
Sheffield Wednesday got a penalty to win then. They're on the 5th one now.
Are they?
Yeah. I've sent Benito Carboni to take it. That's a bit. That's not fair, is it?
Jesus, I thought he'd retired a long time ago.
He looks like Benito, and he scored.
Does he? That through, are they? Wow.
Yeah, what a comeback that is.
God, who would have thought that?
That's the best comeback since Lazarus, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely.
And do you know what? Fantastic for Darren Moore, because he took a lot of stick after the Peterborough game, and justly so as well. He's done a fantastic job there.
Yeah. They should have never sacked him at West. They should never have sacked him at West Brom.
No, they shouldn't. Did a great job there as well.
Yeah.
Mason says, I'm pleased for my uncle and my cousin because he came up from Greater Manchester for the game. Nice one, Mason.
Yeah. It'd be good to see Sheffield Wednesday back in the Championship. They're too big to be in League One.
I agree. I think they should be in the Premiership. I love Sheffield Wednesday. I think they've got a bit of a soft spot for them. They're a great club, Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah,
good old-fashioned northern club. Great ground. Hills was a fantastic ground. I know there's been some horrible
shouldn't be in the League One.
No, they shouldn't.
Craig says, no matter what, we are still third with 2 games to go. Absolutely.
Who would have thought that at the beginning of the season? We'd be third with 2 games to go.
Unreal, really, isn't it? Unreal.
And he also says we all need to get Alex a ticket for Sunday. It's Monday night, Craig. Yeah, but yeah, absolutely, mate.
I think the thing that we've got to come to terms with is that we've got to get used to being at the top end of the division.
Yeah. Ian says Anderson did well under press and looked all right tonight, Tony, mate, but it's hard to see on the TV. It is sometimes on the TV, yeah, because the camera's all over the place, aren't they? But, yeah. I mean, he did his job. He did what he had to do. That's the thing he went on. I think a lot of people probably expected Gordon to go on, but I would like to see Anderson start on the left because I thought against Forest he looked great on the left wing, but I think left wing suits him better than central midfield.
I think what this shows is that if Willock is out, and I expect he is, Anderson will start on Monday.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I mean, what I'd have liked to have seen when the game was dead and buried, is Eddie to take Bruno off for the last 2 minutes and put Lewis Miley on.
Yeah,
just so you can get the feel.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, but, definitely.
But it's good that he's on the bench. They obviously really highly rate him. I know he's just signed his first professional contract with the club, but for a 17-year-old to get on the bench in the Premier League, not just a Premier League club, but a top Premier League club. You've got to remember that we're a top Premier League club now. That this guy must have something about him.
Yeah. Matt says, hi, Tony, Rowley and Billy. Another brilliant win. Absolutely, Matt. Another guy from down under. Craig says, everyone wants to sell the headless chicken last week. Well, I didn't want to sell him. I didn't want Almiron to go, but yeah, I know what you mean, Craig.
I mean, if someone offered us 30 million, it'd be hard to turn down, to be fair, for nearly 30
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, it'd have to be over 30 million, but yeah. Everyone has a price.
Of course they do.
Apart from Bruno, Isak, Botman.
Yeah.
Toon Trader says the ref was shite for me, but was shite for both teams as well. To be fair, he was diabolical.
I would say it's
Kel says, I can't believe that somebody thinks the ref did well. He was awful. Sefton says 37 away from 600 subscribers. We can do it. Hit the subscribe and the like. Thank you very much indeed, Sefton. And thank you to everybody subscribing so far. Ryan says, hello lads, what a game. Champions League, here we come. And Mbappe won't know what will hit him when Dan Burn goes flying into him. De Zerbi's a decent guy, says Julie. He is. He seems a decent enough guy. Ryan says 600 subscribers, here we come. Sanjay and Magpie says, how would you go for Rice or Madison?
If I had the choice,
I don't think we'll get
Rice.
Declan Rice. Yeah,
if we could get him out of the two, I'd go for Rice. I think he'd be ideal for us. I really do.
I think he'll stay in London, though, Billy.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I don't think we're paying that sort of money.
And I think West Ham want too much for him as well.
I agree. Yeah.
They said they'd take. They said they wanted 120, or they'd take. Was it 100 plus a player? If we gave them Ryan Fraser, that'd be like paying sort of like 70 million.
Yeah, give 125 plus Fraser and Hendrick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Lee says third in the league and still got the best record in the league as well. Yeah, we've done really well. Sanjay thinks we'll win the league next season. Whoa, hang on a minute. We'll get the season done first, and then we'll see what happens in the summer with the signings.
Squads, I don't think strong enough to win the league, as well as playing Europe,
as well as win the Champions League.
Toon Trader says, I've just brought the news to my wife that family holidays are cancelled next year. See him fall for Toon. Oh, God, I love it. Darren Allen, good evening to you. He says, it feels good when you say top Prem club. Well, that's what we are, aren't we, now?
Yeah. You've got to get used to it.
As Eddie Howe says, he wants to leave players in the summer.
It's not just us that's got to get used to it. It's the rest of the Premier League, including the scummy six.
That's more to the point. Yeah, it's more to the point. They've got to get used to it. They're not going to like it, but shit.
I mean, I think they felt that this was coming, but I don't think they felt it was coming as quickly as it has. And that's really put the shits up them.
I don't think we did, to be fair, though, did we?
No. My prediction was that we'd finish between 8th and 6th.
No, I said 6th, yeah, with the potential of going higher, but I wasn't anticipating 3rd.
Yeah, that's why I said 8 to 6. I was thinking 8th would probably be about it. In a good season, we'd finish 6th, but in the top 4, we've got an excellent chance of finishing 3rd because I'm sure we'll beat Leicester on Monday. And then I think Man United play Chelsea the next game. They've got to win that one. But if we beat Chelsea, our goal difference is so much better than theirs. It's something like, I think they're on about plus 10 and we're about plus 35.
Yeah, 25 goals better off, ain't we?
Yeah.
Sanji says, he called it tonight. He says, Casido got taught a tough lesson. Miggy outstanding. I can't believe he has people critics for having no right foot.
I thought Deserby got it wrong playing Caicedo right back. I mean, if you'd have watched the game down at the Amex, I mean, Caicedo dominated Bruno midfield. Didn't make any sense. He played Pascal Gross there against Arsenal, and he's put Caicedo there today. I didn't understand it at all, to be honest.
Mason says he spoke to someone who said we need 7 players.
I don't think we'll get that many.
No. Sanjay says, I can't wait to play Sunderland. Well, that'll be a long time yet, won't it? You know.
Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath unless we get drawn against them in the cup.
One thing I did see, and I meant to say to you as well, apparently it backfired well and truly on Middlesbrough last night because apparently Middlesbrough fans went near the Coventry Hotel and set loads of fireworks off in the middle of the night, but didn't stop Coventry winning. So it definitely backfired on them, didn't it?
Did either of you watch that game?
It's terrible the first half, I know that. But I mean, Coventry should have scored more, shouldn't they? Really?
Yeah. I thought that guy that got up front looked quite useful.
Jokeris.
Yeah.
He's a good player. He wanted to be fair.
And they defended really well.
Yeah, he's a good manager, Robbins. Got to give him credit for what he's done there.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing is, if they do come up, Billy, like I said to Paul, there's a job for you next season when Newcastle go there. You can go down and do the interviews with the fans.
Unless they're doing it in the pub, there's no chance of that happening.
Yeah, exactly. You'll get mobbed.
Probably.
Ian says that's true to Julie about Pep because he loves the tune because of Bobby Robson. Well, yeah, he's ex-manager, isn't it? Ashington says, can't can't be just happy. Was proper nervous, especially late before we scored the third and the fourth.
No, I was watching
Yeah,
the
it
clock,
was
I'll
a
be
bit.
honest.
Yeah, I was like, come on, hurry up.
I was nervous to start off with when they got one back, but as time went on, thinking they're not going to score. With about 20 minutes to go, you're thinking, nah, they're done.
Yeah.
They're not scoring because they had that good goal. It's well taken, but they never really created anything out of that. I mean, I think they had something like they had most of the possession. I think we only had about 36% of possession, but most of that was with the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Steele, Duncan, Van Heck, weren't it? The three of them were just passing it to each other most of the time.
Yeah, and they didn't look that dangerous. I think they're running out of steam because they're playing so many games at the moment. They got Arsenal on a good day. I think Arsenal's bit after the Lord's Mayor's parade. They've beaten us to keep themselves in the race, and then Man City go and win, and then they realise we ain't going to catch them. If Arsenal had played like that when they came up to St James's Park, we'd have thumped them. Well, I think we'd have scored more than Brighton.
Man U and Liverpool fans have both been telling us all week we are losing to Brighton. Imagine how they're feeling now. Yeah, egg on their faces because we haven't lost to Brighton. And Billy, you've got to go, did you say?
I've got to shoot off, mate, yeah.
Okay, mate, no problem. Thanks for coming on, Billy. And thanks
for
having me on today as well.
Thanks for having us on, guys, and hope to join you again soon.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Cheers, mate.
See you later,
mate. Lads. Good night. But yeah, I mean, Liverpool and Man U fans, yeah, they can stick it where the sun don't shine. I don't care what they've got to say. Bia says, and Ciso should be Mickey's boot boy. Well, they made up at the end. They were talking and laughing. Craig says, Mason, we need 2 decent players in each position. It's not a bad shout. Ian says, the Scousers and Red Manx will be crying at their gyro books. There will be. Yeah. And we've got the King of Qatar on, Roy Caviani. All right, lads, what a result. You should have seen my stupid tweet about Miggy when I first saw the lineup. I haven't seen it, Roy. You haven't deleted it, have you? Because I'm going to have a look later on. But anyway, we got the win and brilliant, wasn't it? Craig says he did. I didn't see it. Tanji says, I seen it, Roy. Shame on you. One Miggy never gives up for us. Sanjay says Matt Ritchie must leave in the summer. I think he will go in the summer, yeah. Miggy gets annoyed and Ciso, don't usually see Miggy getting irritated with people. Lol says, I shouldn't know you don't. But there again, when you saw the replay, he pushed his hand up his face. So, yeah. Matt says, I saw it, Roy, what the F. Ashton says, also, mint goal from Bruno. Wilson should have had a 5th too. He should have, yeah. And I think he knew he should have had a 5th. Yeah. Sanjay says we should sign Zaha, Ward-Prowse and Lavier. I don't think we'll get Ward-Prowse. I think he'll go to London. Lavia, Man City, you've got to buy back on him. So I can see Man City taking him back.
I don't want Zaha.
And Zaha, I don't think so. He'll go abroad. Foxy says, I couldn't wait to reply to Roy's silly Miggy tweet, King of Guitars, though, so you've got to let him off. Absolutely, yeah, Foxy, absolutely. Tanji says, the King of Qatar is forgiven. Ashton says, hope Willick's all right, man. You were saying he might miss the rest of the season. He could do, but yeah, it doesn't look great, does it? Haven't deleted it. Okay, then, Roy, I'll have a look. Lee says, like to see Richie going on the coaching staff. Do you know, that's something I could see happening.
Yeah.
I could really see that happening.
I think it all depends on whether he wants to actually hang up his boots or not.
Yes,
yeah,
play, absolutely.
Because a lot of people who hear interviews with ex-players, they say that play as long as you can, because you're going to miss it when you don't.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. And Ashton says Bottom was good tonight. Like, wasn't improving from his latest games. Also, glad Byrne got a goal in as well. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Ashton Bottom was immense tonight. And yeah, absolutely fantastic. And the whole team were brilliant, really, weren't they? And we won it. Tanji says, I'm waiting for Paul to review to do a U-turn on his I'm done with Miggy statement he made the other night. I'm sure he will do. I'm a numpty, says Roy. Roy, I'll have to get you on the channel one day, mate. Right? Definitely. We'll have to sort a date out and get you on. You'll have to come moonlighting on here. Paul won't mind. Ashington says, Trippier looked emotional in his interview. Yeah, he did, absolutely. Byrne was fantastic as well, says Tanji. Yeah. Do you know what it is? I did say, let's take Dan Byrne out the team and put Target in. Do you know what? We kept Dan Byrne in. Maybe Dan Byrne heard me. Maybe he's watched one of my shows and he thought, oh, right, I'm going to make sure that I play well so he can't say take me out the team next time. Who knows? Manu calling us ILFC. Whatever. Do you know what it is, Sanjay? They can do what they want. They can go and do on Man United. I don't care what they want to say. And what they're going to be when they get the Qataris taken over, you know? So they need to just do on Man United. They really do.
We just need to look after their own business.
I hope the Glazers screw them over and don't sell the club. I really do.
Oh, that would be funny.
Please do, Glazers. Stay, please, please, please. Well, yeah, says Roy, thank you very much, mate. Ashington says, Miggy Byrne and Trippier turned up tonight. Absolutely. Yeah. Mason says, I think Dan Byrne won't be welcome in Brighton anymore. We're celebrating. That's the thing. When he scored, he celebrated. Normally, you don't celebrate against your ex-club, not for a few years. But Dan Byrne just said, oh, fuck it, I'm going to do it.
Don't forget, he's a Geordie. He's a Geordie Newcastle fan. Why wouldn't he celebrate scoring for his own town club?
It was pure shithousery. That's exactly what it was. Tanji says, Bruno passing forward tonight, he was much better. Yes, he was. Yes, he was much, much better. I was much impressed with him. He nearly had a goal as well, didn't he? But went just over the bar. But yeah, he did really well tonight. Gary says, please don't go, lol. Who's that to? Ashington says, Dan Byrne has every right to celebrate. He's from the northeast, the local team, absolutely. Foxy says Roma had one shot tonight compared to 23 for Leverkusen, 28% possession, parking the bus, masterclass from Jose. That's Jose Mourinho all over, isn't it? Absolutely Jose Mourinho. And, you know, sometimes you've just got to buy the ticket to win the raffle, and that's what he's done. So, Andrew says, we could have had Byrne statue, but there's not enough bronze. Andrew, you'd get a sore neck looking at it because you'd have to look up a great height. Sanjay says, would you take Solanke? No. He's not, I'm sorry, he's not Champions League quality. We need to get players of that ilk now of Champions League quality.
Sorry for laughing, but it's one of those things that you're saying, will you take him? He goes, no, he's not Champions League quality. Just say that again.
No, because he's not Champions League quality. Do you like that, did you?
Yeah.
Like that, Rolly, did you?
Yeah, because that's where we're going. That's the quality of player we need.
Exactly, Rolly. We're going to the Champions League, mate. Has anyone seen Miley playing? Was good to see him on the bench.
I've seen a little bit, some clips of him playing for the under-23s. And he came on in that friendly against Al Hilal when we were in Saudi earlier in the year. So, yeah. He's got a lot. I mean, he's really highly rated because otherwise he wouldn't be on the bench at that age. He's been playing with the under-21s and he still was 16. So he's obviously good enough. We need more like him coming through.
Definitely, mate. Definitely. Right. Geordie. Hi, Geordie. Not seen you on for a while, mate. Hope you're well. He says, Miley was decent against Rayo Vallecano in the friendly during the World Cup. Yes, he was. Definitely. Big future ahead. Tanji says, Big Joe looked like he wanted to deck the whole team. He wanted to deck Casino, that's for sure. We don't need Solanke. We've got enough tall players. So lanky. I mean, Rolly, looking ahead to Monday night, how do you see that game going? And I know you're going to say 3 points.
Yeah. It's possible that this could be one of, if we start fast like we did tonight, and a lot bit more clinical, it could be a cricket score. Their defence is shocking. It has been all season. Their confidence is shot to bits. They're playing like a team that know they're going down. They'll try and start okay, but once they go behind, there'll be a goal fest. It could be 4 or more.
Yeah. Rolly, I can hear something. Can you hear it? Rolly, can you hear it?
Is it what I think it is?
Can you hear that? Can everybody hear that in the chat?
That's what I thought it was.
Can you hear that?
Yeah. Gonna get used to that.
So, yes, definitely that is on its way to us because we'll be hearing that music next year. I can't see why we can't. We can be slightly confident that, yes, we will definitely be in the Champions League next season. I know we still need a point, but
we still need three.
Well, 3 points really, yeah. But again, I can't see it not being a. We'll make it, and and we'll definitely see this logo next season on the shirts as well of the players. So, yes, Champions League, here we come.
I wonder if that's why we haven't actually they haven't concluded the actual front of shirt sponsorship, because apparently they're still talking to three Middle Eastern companies. Maybe they're waiting to see, make sure that we do qualify for the Champions League, so maybe make it a bit of a deal. Makes sense.
I mean, a lot of people are saying, "Oh yeah, Champions League, it's you're going to be there. You might not do well in it. That doesn't matter. It's the money that comes from the Champions League that'll help our FFP massively. The amount of revenue you get from that competition is huge. It is massive, and so we grasp that with both hands. I mean, Jody says Leicester have to win on Monday night to stay up in the Premier League. They do, Jody, but if you watch them against Liverpool, they look like a team who are doomed. And to be honest with you, I think they're gone. I can't see them turning up against us.
And even if they do, we're going to be at them from the off. And
Sanchez says, if Liverpool draw, it's more or less guaranteed because of goal difference. Absolutely.
Yeah. The thing about, Callum Wilson's in the form of his life, and he could get to 20 goals on Monday. He's on 18 at the moment. He's going to get. I think he's going to get 20 goals for the season.
Yeah,
at least. I reckon he gets a couple against Leicester. Mm-hmm. And I think we play Isak and Wilson together again, because I didn't think they did too badly.
Yeah. Geordie says, down at the King Power, we started fast and ended up winning 3-0. Exactly. Yeah. And remember in the Carabao Cup game, we started off quick. Yes, we won it 2-0. But in all, we could have won that. We could have been 5 up at half time in that game. Yeah. Ashton says, I think if we play well, we should be thrashing them. They have literally given up from recent games I've seen. I would imagine Leicester are down. Do you know what? I would say 4-0 on Monday.
Yeah, I could see that.
Sefton says, music to me. Yes, how are the lads? Ian says, we have to get used to that, Tony. Yeah, let's hope I don't get a bloody... Let's hope YouTube don't hit me with a copyright. All it'll do is ask me to just mute that out, but that's all. But I can't see it. It was only on for a few seconds.
Worry about it.
I don't think that. No, I don't worry about it. I mean, BBC are my friend at the moment anyway. They're my best friend, the BBC, because when the World Cup was on, I put a clip on of when Lukaku came off the pitch and punched the dugout and smashed the window. And I was flagged up for a copyright off YouTube, and the BBC turned around to YouTube and said, no, it's not copyright. Allow it. It can go ahead. Because it said the owner of the clip, who was the BBC, said I could have it on my YouTube. So, the BBC are my friend. They clearly like it's all black and white TV. Ashton says, how many points do we need again to make Eddie the best English points manager in the Premier League? That's a good question.
Just to break in a second, they're saying on Sky that some of the families of the West Ham players were attacked by NZ Alkmaar fans after the game.
Oh, gosh.
I'm just waiting for it to come around again. But the Dutch fans, even when they had all the troubles in the 80s, they were always worse than we were.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope none of them got hurt.
Let's hope not. Let's hope they're all safe. Yeah. Right. The 11 highest points total by an English manager in the Premier League is... Right. Right. Harry Redknapp got 70 points. Howard Wilkinson got 70 points for Leeds. Roy Evans got 71 for Liverpool. Bobby Robson got 71. The great Sir Bobby Robson got 71 for Newcastle. Keegan got 72. So the most from an English manager is Kevin Keegan, and that was 78 points, and that was back in the 95-96 season.
One we just missed out on the
Eddie Howe
title.
won't quite get there. But yeah, but Keegan appears in that list a few times. He's top of that 78. Then he's second placed on 77 for the 93-94 season. He's joint with Frank Clark of Forest, who got 77 points also in 94-95. Then you got Roy Evans at number 4. And then Ron Atkinson joined fourth on 74 points as well. Howard Wilkinson, 73. Keegan again, 72. And then Bobby Robson, 71. And bottom of that list is Howard Wilkinson, 70 points again. So, yeah. So, 78 points. But we won't make that this season. But it's definitely the best for a long, long time, that's for sure. We're on, what, 68 now? 69? 69. So, what, we can get into that 12 points. That'll take up to 81.
No, sorry, 6 points.
71. Sorry, 6 points. Sorry, 6 points, yeah. Yeah, sorry.
Take us
2 more games left, isn't there?
Yeah, 75.
Yeah, so it'll just fall short. So if a couple of them draws had been wins, yes, Eddie Howe would have been top of that list. Ashton says the Premier League, the experience of the Champions League is enough for us at this point. Absolutely.
Yeah.
If we don't get out the group, we go into Europa. If we finish one as the best third team place, yeah, we will do.
Yeah.
Jody says Real Madrid, Barca, Bayern Munich, etc. all on Tyneside is not only massive for our club but also for the city. You're absolutely spot on with that. I like your confidence, Rory, says Ashton. Gary D says, can you hear the Liverpool fans crying in their cornflakes? Yes, they will be tomorrow. Ashton says, Klopp off the sidelines at the right time. Yeah, because against Villa, he can't orchestrate it, can he? Andrew says it's going to be like the 7-0 I predicted all season. What a night we to do it against Leicester. Do you know what? It could happen.
Yeah.
Play the game, Sam, I mean, Tony. Eh? You want Rory?
Leicester are bad enough for us to beat them 7-0.
Yeah. Sefton wants it again. There you go, Sefton, just for you. If YouTube come after me, I'll send them to your house. 5 a.m. Tuesday morning here in Australia, another early morning. Craig, well done, mate. Well done. It's very early over there.
At least you got a good result for your getting up so early.
Yeah, absolutely. It was well worth it. Tanji says the cameras will zoom in on Klopp's tears on Saturday. Lee says, yeah, the Dutch get away with it. They should be banned. Absolutely. Ian says there was punches thrown before the police got there. Thugs, that's what they are.
Yeah.
Gary says, Klopp's favourite song, Tears of a Clown. Imagine West Ham have had a better season than Arsenal, says Sanjay. Yeah, exactly. Magic to my ears, how are the lads? The tune is Zadok the priest, tune have been blessed. Look at Andrew getting all religious there, you know. Napoli, Ajax, Club Brugge would be my ideal group. That would be a great group, wouldn't it? And it'd be even better if we had Victor Osimhen, wouldn't it, on our side against his whole club Napoli. But, you know, that's probably not going to happen. But never mind.
I don't think Osimhen's going anywhere.
YouTube will only come for you if the admin are a bunch of Mackham, says Georgie. Yeah, I know that, mate. I know, yeah. But sometimes they do flag you up for things. But, yeah, just stupid sometimes. Because the thing is, the daft thing is, you can share a video and put it on there, and then you can get told it's a copyright claim. But then you can share that video to any social media platform. So I don't see the point. I really don't get it, honestly. I shouldn't say, I wonder how Arsenal be feeling after seeing our game. Yeah, Arsenal just didn't look as if they were interested. Bia says, we don't want to go to Napoli, horrible place to go. Yeah, Naples isn't a nice place. No, it's not. Certainly not. To the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium. Yeah, because we all know what he is, a cheat, or he was a cheat. Jody says, I was going to say Scousers, but they don't have Wi-Fi there. I think the Wi-Fi's gone quiet. I think it's gone quiet in Liverpool tonight. Rolly kept opening his windows, but he couldn't hear a thing. So, yeah, it's definitely quiet in the dead of night there. So, yeah. Right, guys, we're going to come to the end of the show here because we've been going for nearly an hour and a half now. And, yes, it's been great tonight. And I shouldn't say it's never like Maradona. No, not one for his handball, and two, the drugs as well. And when he scored that goal in the World Cup and he ran up to the cameras the way he did, you could see he was high on something. And, yeah, embarrassing.
Yeah, but it's still a hell of a player.
He was a good player. Yes, that's
one of the best ever.
But yeah, you just let yourself down.
Yeah.
There's only one Maradona. It's a Jody Maradona, Elliot Anderson. Yeah. Maradona got nothing on Miggy, says Bia. But yeah, absolutely, mate. I mean, it's been a great result tonight. Fantastic win, 4-1. Absolutely fantastic. Ian says, I like Maradona, but I'm Scottish, so that's fair enough, Ian. I mean, yes, he was a good player. Let's not get... He just made a couple of big errors in his life.
Saying he's a good player is a bit like saying that our achievements this season have been okay. He was one of the best to ever play. Arguably the best.
But, yeah, on what's been a great night for Newcastle United, was never in doubt with me. I was always chilled and relaxed. And I did say to you before the game, don't be too nervous. And I was right, don't be too nervous. So, you know, we got the job done and it was absolutely fantastic. Let's just move on to Leicester on Monday and let's go and beat Leicester. Coming up on the channel, just so you know what's coming up in the next few days. Tomorrow night, I will be back with we'll have a proper match review tomorrow night. We'll do the player ratings as well. So that will be tomorrow night, probably about 7 p.m, I would imagine. Then on Saturday, we will be joined, because Rory's going to join me as well, at 1 p.m. So it's an early 1 p.m.
I might not be able to do Saturday, Tony. I don't know yet.
Oh, you might not be able to. Okay, mate, no worries. But on Saturday at 1 p.m, I'll be joined by Jack from The Final Whistle, and he's a Leicester fan. He's a great guy, Jack is. I actually met him at the King Power when I went to the England under-21 game. Smashing guy. And so he'll come on and obviously tell us about his shite season for Leicester, which he doesn't hold any hope that they're going to stay up. So he will be with me on Saturday afternoon. Then on Sunday, I'll come live to you from Wembley because I'll be down Wembley Way, as I'm going to watch Gateshead against FC Halifax Town in the FA Trophy on Sunday. So I will do a few vlogs from down there, and I'm going to go to the Box Park fan park as well. So, so expect something from Box Park. So that's what's coming up on the show. And then obviously Monday night for the Leicester game, we'll have the pre-match again, the pre-match show live, which we always have done, and then an instant reaction afterwards. But I'll just go through some comments before I go to Rowley. Lee says, I think Zico was better. Yeah, he was a class player.
No, it's not
Jody
better.
says, class stream, excellent result if we beat Leicester on Monday night. Yeah, I like Zico. He's a good player. Best player of all time is Pelé, though. Julie says, maybe Maradona was better. Yeah. Sefton says, off Wiedersehen, all remember. Dreaming is free. It's Champions League for me. Night all. Good night, Sefton.
The dream will become a reality.
Was the best.
Yeah.
Yes.
The dream will become reality on Monday.
Pelé is the GOAT. Was the GOAT. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's very difficult to compare players from different eras because when you look at Pelé when he was playing, I didn't see much of him because I'm not old enough, but I knew about him.
No, neither am I.
He got kicked. The things that you get that he took, you'd have got sent off for now. Yeah. Maradona was the same, but not as bad as Pelé. When you think the tackles that were going in the 80s and 90s when Maradona were playing, again, they're red cards now. So you look at Messi. I'm not trying to denigrate Messi, but you look at what players could get away with. I mean, would he have coped with the sort of challenges that they got in previous eras? The pitches are better as well, so it's really difficult to compare them. They're all the greatest of their generations. I think most people say Pelé because of he was the first sort of global superstar and scored so many goals. Great player. And then everyone's looking for the next Pelé, and then they got Maradona. And they're looking for the next Maradona, and they got Messi. So everyone's looking for the next Messi, and they'll get somebody else. Mm-hmm. And they're all very different styles of players as well. So it's very hard to get. It tends to be the person the player that you sort of grew up with as the main star, is the one that you think is the greatest of all time.
Julie J, good night all. Good night to you, Julie. Ashington says, good game indeed. Now the lads have to focus on Leicester, absolutely. Good night, lads, says Ashington. Good night to you, mate. Sweet dreams. You'll have them tonight because, Julie says, GOATs, Matthias, Pelé and Messi. Yeah, Lothar Matthias, what a player he was. Great show, guys, says Ian. Thank you very much indeed, Ian. Have a good evening. Have a good night. Good luck for Gateshead, says Lee. Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope they can bring a trophy home back to the northeast. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? Jody says, Green Man on Sunday will be better, Tony. A lot of Heat fans are going there. Yeah, okay, I'll maybe check that out then. But, I know Adam P's going down there. I'm not sure if Tyneside Life is. I would imagine he probably is. You should have seen Jimmy Johnson at Celtic. Pelé called him the little magician, says Ian. Way before my time, Ian. But, probably a great player. But, yeah, guys, I mean, it's been a great night. Champions League's almost there. It's in touching distance. We can feel it. We've got 1 foot in there. Just got to get 2 feet in there, and we should hopefully do that on Monday in front of the home fans. Last home game of the season. Let's go out with a bang and let's qualify for the Champions League without having to worry about needing the points. So, Rolly, would you like to let people know where they can find the voice of reason?
I'm on Twitter at Poll67. If you follow me, I'll follow you back.
Thank you very much indeed, Rolly. So yeah, guys, if you haven't yet hit that like button, then please do smash it. It really does help the channel, so smash those likes on your way out if you haven't done so already. If you are brand new to the channel, then come and join this amazing community and hit that subscribe button. And also that bell notification tells you when I'm live, I have a pre-record or any upcoming shows. Currently on 567 subscribers, so thank you to everybody who subscribed so far, and to my new subscribers that have subscribed today as well. It's been absolutely fantastic. Great to see that this man has took us to Champions League qualification. Brilliant. So yes, I'm back tomorrow with a match review, so do join us for that. But until then, stay safe, whatever you're doing. Or my daily podcast will be there in the mornings. Do join for that one as well. So that'll be there in the morning, the daily pod. I forgot about mentioning that as well, so do join that as well. But all that leaves me to say is the future's bright, the future's definitely black and white, and it's goodbye from me.
That's goodbye from me.
How are the lads?